Open YouTube right now and you'll notice a pattern. Not pep talks, not morning routines. It's the darker documentary lane. Crime, danger, secrets, scams, and strange places. You click one, and then you watch 3 more. Every few seconds there's another, wait, what? Reveal, and that is what keeps people watching. This niche isn't small. 2 channels prove it. Cypher has only 10 uploads, but already 228,000 subscribers and over 14,000 views. Social Blade says that's around $50,000 per year. Fern is even bigger. More than 3 million subscribers and 300 million views. With Social Blade estimating about $76,000 per month. Same lane, massive results. That means there's a real system underneath these videos. Most people think making this kind of video is too hard. Not long ago, it did feel that way. Today, we can make the process simple. Here's what I'm going to give you. A step-by-step workflow for investigative documentaries. First, I'll show you why this structure works so well in the dark documentary niche. Then we'll build your version from scratch, with clear steps you can follow today. So let's start where it all begins, your channel identity. Before you ever think about topics or scripts, you need your channel to look the part. The easiest way to get a good name fast is to use ChatGPT. Open it up and give it this prompt. Generate 10 one-word YouTube channel names inspired by successful faceless brands like Fern, Atrium, and Cypher. The names should be minimal, professional, and memorable. ChatGPT will instantly give you a batch of options. Read through them carefully. Don't rush this. Imagine them on a logo. Think about how they'd look in a video title. Once you've chosen your favorite, you've got your name locked in. Next comes your logo. This is crucial because it shows up everywhere, in search results, in comments, on your channel page. A sloppy logo instantly signals amateur. Here's how to avoid that. Back in ChatGPT, ask it, create a text-to-image prompt for a minimalist channel logo for your channel name. Copy the prompt it gives you. Now head over to Leonardo AI. Inside, choose the Leonardo Phoenix model. This is one of the most reliable models for clean logo design. Set the aspect ratio to 1.1. That's the square format YouTube uses for profile pictures. Paste in your prompt and hit generate. In about 20 seconds, you'll have 4 logo variations. Go through them carefully. You're looking for something clean, simple, and recognizable even at small sizes. Once you find it, download it and upload it back into YouTube Studio under your channel logo. Now let's tackle the banner. This is the wide image that runs across the top of your channel page. It's prime real estate and you don't want to leave it blank. Open Canva and search YouTube banner templates. You'll see hundreds of free options. Don't pick anything cluttered. Look for clean, minimal templates. Once you've chosen one, click Customize Template. Replace the placeholder text with your channel name. Beneath it, you can add a subtle tagline like new videos every week or documentary-style stories. Then, strip out all the unnecessary filler text, background elements, and distracting graphics. Keep it simple. Download the banner at Canva's recommended high-quality settings. Back in YouTube Studio, upload the banner, adjust its positioning, and save it. With the name, logo, and banner decided, move to your description. Still in ChatGPT, paste the name you chose and ask, write an SEO-optimized YouTube channel description for a channel named Insert Name. The description should be human, engaging, and include keywords relevant to documentary-style faceless videos. ChatGPT will generate a complete description you can copy and paste. Now open YouTube Studio and paste in that description. Already, you're miles ahead of most beginners. At this point, your channel now has a professional identity. Now, most new channels never get seen. The reason isn't bad videos, it's bad set. If YouTube doesn't know who you are or what your channel's about, it won't push you. That's why this step matters. Visibility optimization is how you tell YouTube, I'm real, my content is relevant, and I deserve to be shown to viewers. Open YouTube Studio and go to Settings, Channel, Advanced Settings. Here, you'll see a field for keywords. This is where you tell YouTube what your channel is about. If you leave it blank, YouTube has to guess. If you do it right, you give the algorithm a roadmap. Use VidIQ for this. It's free and built for SEO. Once you install it, open the AI Coach chat. Type in, generate a list of optimized YouTube channel tags for a faceless documentary channel named Echoic. Focus on storytelling, viral topics, and cinematic narration. Within seconds, you'll get a list of keywords based on real-time search data. Pick the best 10-15 and paste them into your YouTube Studio keyword field. Next, verify your channel. Go to Settings, Channel, Feature eligibility. Without verification, you're stuck with the most limited features. Enter your phone number, confirm the code, and you'll unlock the intermediate tier. This gives you access to custom thumbnails, longer uploads, live streaming, and more. And most importantly, it tells YouTube that you're not a throwaway account. Open YouTube and type in Fern. Don't just look at the channel itself. Pay attention to all the suggested videos that appear. Scroll down the feed and copy 20 to 30 of those titles into a list. The reason this works so well is because YouTube's suggestion system is showing you what's already proven to drive clicks and views in the exact niche you're targeting. Once you've collected that batch of titles, drop the whole list into ChatGPT and ask, analyze these video titles and generate 25 brand new title ideas using the same emotional triggers and storytelling style. You don't need a special extraction prompt, just feed it directly. ChatGPT will scan for patterns, spot recurring hooks, and then remix them into fresh concepts you can use. This one step gives you an instant content pipeline. Instead of staring at a blank page, you're starting with ideas grounded in real-world proof. And because ChatGPT is generating new spins, you're not copying anyone directly. You're creating original topics with the same viral DNA. Now let's talk about scripts. A title alone won't carry a video. You need a narrative that actually keeps people watching. Here's what you do. Pick one of your new titles and say to ChatGPT, write a YouTube script in a cinematic documentary style for this topic. It should build suspense, use short sentences for pacing, and include natural breaks for visuals and sound effects. Length, 10 minutes. What you'll get is a full draft of a voiceover that's already structured for YouTube. A script without a voice is just text. The narration is what gives it weight. We'll use 11 Labs. First, open 11 Labs and log in. On the left, click Voice Lab, Speech Synthesis. This is where you'll paste your script. Copy your entire narration from ChatGPT and drop it into the text box. Don't paste in chunks unless the script is extremely long. 11 Labs can usually handle full video-length text in one go, and you'll save time by letting it process everything at once. Now, choose your voice. 11 Labs has dozens of options, but here's the trick. Don't pick a flashy one. Pick a clear one. The best performing faceless channels almost always use voices that are calm, serious, and easy to follow. If you want, you can also use their voice cloning feature to create a custom voice that nobody else has. Adjust the settings. You'll see sliders for stability, clarity, and style. Keep stability around the middle. This ensures the tone doesn't wobble. Raise clarity slightly if you want sharper diction. Leave style mostly neutral unless your script demands a dramatic livery. Once you've said everything, hit generate. This part usually takes a few seconds. Your script is done. Now we need visuals. Without visuals, even the best narration is just words. Start with images. In the same ChatGPT thread where you have your script, type this. Generate 25 text-to-image prompts in a 3D cinematic style. Each prompt should represent one scene from the script. The prompts should include detail about setting, atmosphere, and camera perspective. Aspect ratio, widescreen 16.9. Why 25? Because 1 or 2 scenes per minute isn't enough to hold attention. You want constant visual refreshes, so your video feels alive. By asking for 25 prompts, you're making sure your 10-15-minute video never lags visually. Next, animations. Back in the same chat, type. Now create 25 animation prompts that correspond to the image prompts above. Each should describe how the camera should move, zooms, pans, tilts, aerial flyovers, or tracking shots. This matters because motion is what gives your video depth. Still images work, but they feel flat. Camera movement pulls the viewer in and makes the scene feel alive. Even subtle moves, a slow zoom, a gentle pan, trick the brain into believing it's watching real footage. Quick note, all the exact prompts I use are inside my free Telegram channel. If you want to skip writing them out, you can just copy-paste straight from there. Visuals carry the story. We'll design them in Leonardo, then animate them in WAN. Start with Leonardo AI. Go into the Image Generation tab and paste in your first image prompt. For the model, choose Leonardo Phoenix. This one consistently gives the cleanest, most cinematic results. Set your aspect ratio to 16.9. Always lock it to widescreen, because if you generate in the wrong ratio, you'll be stuck cropping later, and that kills quality. Click Generate. While it's working, think about why we're doing this one scene at a time. When you generate each prompt separately, you keep the visual style tightly aligned to the script. When the batch is ready, you'll usually get 4 images. Don't just grab the first one. Look at all 4 carefully. Sometimes the second or third version will have better lighting or framing. Once you pick the strongest, Download it immediately and save it into your project folder. Rename it to match the scene. 01 Pentagon exterior, 02 hacker bedroom, 03 NASA computers. These small details keep you organized. And later, when you're matching scenes to your voiceover, you won't waste hours trying to figure out which image goes where. Repeat this process for all of your prompts. If you've got 25, make 25. Leonardo can also handle batch generation, where you paste in multiple prompts at once, but I recommend smaller groups. It's easier to catch mistakes and keep everything organized. The goal is consistency, not just speed. Now switch over to WAN 2.2. This is where your stills become motion. Go to the image to video feature, upload your first scene, and grab the matching animation prompt. Paste it into the text box. For duration, I recommend 8 seconds. That length feels cinematic without dragging. Shorter cuts give your video energy, but too short feels rushed. Longer cuts kill momentum. The sweet spot is somewhere in the middle. While it's rendering, remember, subtle movement is what keeps viewers locked in. It doesn't need to be flashy. Even a gentle zoom or steady pan can make your video feel alive. Once it's finished, preview your clip. If the animation feels jittery or unnatural, tweak the wording in your prompt. Even one word, gentle instead of slow instead of dramatic, can change the whole feel. Repeat for every scene. By the end, you'll have a full set of animated clips, all lined up with your script. That's your visual foundation. Voice and visuals aren't enough. You need sound design to glue it all together. We'll use Pixabay, since it has a massive library of free-to-use music and sound effects. Head to pixabay.com and click on the Music tab at the top. In the search bar, type the mood you want. For a suspenseful documentary, search dark, cinematic, or ambient. If you're going for something tense and investigative, try thriller or drone. On the left, use the filters. Set the length to at least 3 minutes so you don't end up with short loops that repeat too often. Choose the genre, cinematic or electronic, depending on your style. Press play on a few options and listen carefully. You want something subtle. Background music should never over your narration. When you find the right track, click download. Pixabay licenses are free for YouTube, so you won't get copyright claims. Save the file into your project folder and name it background music. Now let's grab sound effects. Go back to Pixabay and click the sound effects tab. Search for terms like keyboard typing, city ambience, thunder, or heartbeat. Each sound should match a specific moment in your video. Pro tip, always download multiple versions of the same effect. For example, grab 3 different door slam sounds. Later in editing, you'll pick the one that fits best. It's almost time to edit, but let's get real for a second. I know what it feels like to start from scratch. When I first tried this, I had no idea if it was actually going to work. I didn't have a big channel, I didn't have a team, and honestly, I was just figuring it out like everyone else. But I stuck with it, and within a few months, that little channel I started became something real. I've been living off of it full-time for the last 6 months, and it still blows my mind that this is what I do for work now. And here's the thing, you don't need a massive audience to make it happen. My channel isn't some giant empire. It's small, it's manageable, and it's proof that you only need one good channel to change everything. That's why I set up a private community. It's where I share exactly how I grew my channel, how I made it sustainable, and the shortcuts I wish I'd known earlier. Inside, I break down the whole process step by step so you don't waste months stumbling around like I did. If you've been watching this thinking, I want to do this too, I just need someone to show me the blueprint, that's exactly what the community is for. Let's jump into the Edit, open CapCut, and click New Project. The very first thing you should do is import every single asset into the media bin. Bring in your 11 Labs voiceover, all of your animated clips from WAN, your Pixabay music track, and every single sound effect. Having them preloaded saves you from breaking focus later. Start with the narration. Drag your voiceover file down into the timeline as your foundation track. Press play and let it run through once. You'll notice little gaps. Maybe the AI left some pauses, or maybe certain parts feel too slow. Use the split tool to cut those sections out and tighten the narration. Cleaning the dead air now makes syncing the visuals much easier later. Once the narration feels smooth, it's time to add your visuals. Drag your first animated scene onto the main video track. Place it right at the start of the narration. Play it back. If the clip runs longer than the line it covers, use the trim handles to cut it down. If it's shorter, duplicate it or stretch it slightly so it matches. Move to the second clip, line it up with the next part of the narration, and do this scene by scene until your entire script has matching visuals. Don't rush it. This is where the flow of your video is built. By the end, every line of your voiceover should sit on top of a perfectly timed clip. Now add captions. Go to text, Select from Voiceover and let CapCut process the narration. It'll generate text that matches your script almost word for word. Choose a clean font, something simple like Arial or Inter, and apply a template. A good default is white text with a thin black outline and a subtle drop shadow. Place the captions low on the screen, above the bottom bar, so they're easy to read but not distracting. Once captions are in place, give your video some polish with effects. One of the most effective is a black noise overlay. Go to Effects, Noise, Black Noise. This adds a slight cinematic grain across the video, which breaks up the AI perfect look and makes it feel more like real footage. Keep the intensity low, just enough to notice, not enough to distract. Next, apply an adjustment layer. Add it on top of all your clips and open the adjustment menu. Here, tweak brightness, contrast, and saturation until everything feels cohesive. If some clips are too colorful, pull saturation down a bit. If they feel flat, boost contrast slightly. The adjustment layer ensures your entire video has a consistent look, even if the AI generated visuals with slightly different tones. Now bring in your Pixabay music. Drag the track under your narration. It'll probably be too loud, so right-click and set the volume around 20 dB. Play through a section and see how it feels. The narration should always be on top, with the music just filling in the background. Adjust further down if needed. Sometimes 22 or 25 is the sweet spot. After that, start layering in your sound effects. Go moment by moment in the script. When your narration mentions typing, drag the keyboard SFX in under that line. When the story shifts to a storm, drop in the thunder track. Adjust the volume of each effect so it blends naturally. Most should sit between 10 and 15 dB depending on how subtle you want them. When you're satisfied, click Set the resolution to 1080p if your visuals are full HD, or 4K if you generate it at higher quality. Keep the frame rate at 30 FPS, which is the YouTube standard.
The internet, you know, isn't the whole internet. Behind the screens of billions of devices lies something else. A second layer, a hidden empire, the dark web.
The video is ready. Now it's time to upload it to YouTube. Open YouTube Studio and click Create, Upload Video. Select the file you exported from CapCut. While it uploads, you'll work on the details that decide whether viewers click. Your title, description, and thumbnail. Start with the title. Open ChatGPT and paste in your script or a summary of the video. Then type, generate 10 viral YouTube titles for this script, optimized for high click-through. Look through the list and pick the one that feels strongest. Good titles are short, bold, and curiosity-driven. Copy the one you like and paste it into YouTube Studio. Next, the description. Back in ChatGPT, type, write a full YouTube description for this video. Start with a one-sentence hook, then summarize the video, and finish with a set of natural keywords for SEO. Copy that over into YouTube Studio. Trim it if needed, but keep the first line punchy. It's the part that shows up under your video before viewers expand. Now for the thumbnail. In ChatGPT, ask, create a DALL-E prompt for a YouTube thumbnail in a cinematic 3D render style. The thumbnail should be based on this title. Paste your title. The design should be bold, clear, and instantly clickable. Copy the prompt and run it through DALL-E. Generate a batch, compare them, and pick the one that grabs attention at a glance. Download it and upload it directly into the thumbnail section of YouTube Studio. While the video is processing, scroll down the settings. In the audience section, select No, it's not made for kids. Under Visibility, choose Public if you're ready to launch immediately, or set it to Schedule if you want the video to release at a specific time. Finally, click Publish. If you made it this far, you already see how powerful this system is. I built my entire channel using the exact steps I just showed you, and it's been my full-time income for the past 6 months. So you can literally copy my system step by step. So whether you're starting your first channel or trying to make this your full-time job, all the links are down below. Dive in, and let's get your first channel off the ground.